Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read Robert Jordan's Warrior of the Altaii, and I had known about the Wheel of Time for forever. I'd never read the Wheel of Time. It was something that I thought, oh, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I really want to do this because I'm a huge fantasy fan, if you know me well. Everybody's raving about it, and I thought, okay, what's the hustle about? What's the big draw? What's the thing that separates Jordan from everyone? Well, he's like the Mark Twain of fantasy. There's no other way to put it. He was just a wordsmith, and reading the Warrior of Altaii, which is Wulfgar's story. I don't know if it has anything to do with Wheel of Time. I haven't really gone into the research of it. I know New Spring is. New Spring is considered part of the Wheel of Time, and it's a long, epic saga that is one of the longest sagas ever written in the realm of fantasy. Regardless, Warrior of Altaii is just a striking tale, very stark, very wild, very fierce about Lord Wulfgar and just the land that he inhabits, and these different characters that he encounters. It's very short, but it's very exceptionally written. It's just one of those tales that you get involved in it, and you actually don't want it to end. And when it comes to an end, you realize there really is no end to it. And these are people, these rugged people. They're very rough. They're, I think the best way to describe them would be lawless, having no discipline. Well, I guess some discipline, I suppose, for lack of better definition, but they are harsh. Yeah, harsh is a good word for lack of better definition, but needless to say, this is not like the other Wheel of Time books, if indeed it is part of the Wheel of Time saga. It's the shortest of them all. I forget how many there are. I should look at the leaflet. I'm thinking it's 13. It's something like 13 books in all, I do believe, but I've started reading it. I haven't really gone through New Spring. I might play New Spring because recently, this is a little bit of sad news, but I had two cousins that passed away not too long ago. And one of them I didn't know, but one of them was my favorite cousin. And when I read about it, it was during Valentine's Day. So yeah, my Valentine's Day was wonderful, but then I heard that news and I broke down, because this was a man who sang happy birthday to me every year. And it was very special. It was something that really touched my heart because nobody else was doing that for me. I had a friend who used to do it, but of course he has a new woman in his life. I was just it was basically a friends with benefits situation, but it didn't work out. But we're still friends. We're still friends, but he's moved on. We've gone our separate ways, but he used to send me flowers and sing me happy birthday. But cousin Andy, he would do that every year, and he would talk to me. I would have questions if I was having a really bad time, if I was having a rough time. I could talk to him about it. He would be there. He would listen to me, and he would give me wisdom. And he had so much wisdom, but he was so young, and COPD was what took him. But anyway, I'll be listening to New Spring. I'm hoping I can go. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now whether I'll be going to North Carolina to pay my respects, and I hope I do, because he actually came to visit my dad before my dad died. So I owe him that respect. And besides, I love him dearly. He was near and dear to my heart, and just it breaks my heart to no, I'm not going to be seeing him for quite some time now. I'll have to be patient, but in all due time, I will be able to see him again. I know he's up there in heaven with my dad, and my dad and him are probably laughing it up right now. I miss him already, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to cry about it again. I promised myself I wouldn't. But that being said, back to the Wheel of Time. It's a wonderful series from, I just started reading book 2. But New Spring is the official novel that begins it all. It's on the CD compilation. It's unabridged. It's 13 CDs and it's over 15 CDs or something, and it's over 13 hours long. It's super long, but regardless, Warriors of the Altaii is absolutely sensational, and it's a little something to wet your whistle and pique your appetite. I think this is my understanding. If you've never read Jordan, then it's a good way to become acquainted with his unbelievable writing style, just the way he weaves a yarn and entangles you in it and entrances you and enchants you and bedazzles you with his vocabulary and how detailed his world building is. His world building is unlike any author I've ever encountered. I say this with the utmost regard and respect. I wish I could write like him. I really do. I think that other fantasy writers could learn a thing or two from Jordan. May he rest in peace. But needless to say, if you're unfamiliar with his work, start out with Warriors of the Altaii. It may not be tied to Wheel of Time, but even if it isn't, it's still by itself, on its own, it shines. And it's a absolutely tremendous book, and one that can be enjoyed and savored and really gleaned from, because there's so much awe and wonder like true fantasy should. And it's like I understand why other fantasy writers adulate Mr. Jordan so much. I agree. I as a fantasy writer myself, and I want to aspire to be like him if I can. I mean, I don't want to be another Robert Jordan, but I want to be able to have that kind of lasting legacy like he did. But that's all I have to say. Until next time, live on, prosper. Ciao, tutti.